welcome to the Cheney Maths and Further Mathematics faculty. I'm Mr. Adam, and I have two sixth form students with me. I'm going to share a little bit about why maths at Cheney and the sixth form at Cheney. The curriculum we follow is OCR, and we offer students both the option to do mathematics and further mathematics. And also our experience has been that students that go on to do mathematics that have the correct attitude and work ethic do amazingly well. We're extremely proud of the record we have, the historical record, and even more proud of the future record in these challenging times. So a couple of questions. Why did you choose to study the subject? Alice, we'll start with you.
I chose to do maths because I really enjoy it. I didn't always enjoy it, but near the end of year 11, I really started picking up on how fun maths was, and I just went for it.
Well, that's fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. What about you, Alave?
The reason why I chose maths as a subject for A-levels is because I'm just so passionate about it. Ever since I was younger, I've always loved maths. I've been in love with maths. So that's the primary reason for why I chose maths. And also from school, they've always been pushing maths. They've always been teaching maths in such good ways that it just makes me want to do even more and just pursue it into later careers, hopefully.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. And you're doing further maths as well, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct as well. And the reason why I take further maths is for the same reasons, because maths, I just love it, to be honest.
Okay, great. Thank you very much for that. Well, let me just say that I often tell my sixth form students that they're the students that keep me sane and keep me motivated. And I really believe that we have the most amazing members of staff for teaching maths. We have such a great range of experienced teachers, which is really fantastic. So how different is A-level from GCSE? Alice, we'll start with you again.
So A-level, I found that there's a lot more opportunities. So I know that my teachers often put a lot of lectures for us to watch. I find them really interesting. I've watched a lot of them. Also, it's a lot more challenging, but I find that as a class, we all help each other more, and the maths that we're learning right now is a lot more interesting than I found GCSE maths.
All right. Okay, thank you for that. What about you, Elevate?
For me, it's A-level maths just became it took maths to a different level. In GCSE, it was at a point where okay, this is obviously maths is so interesting. So at GCSE, it was at one level of interesting. But then when you get to A-level, you learn so many different new things in addition to the GCSE stuff. So it's just it blows your mind how you can learn the basic of something, but then you can also get the additional stuff to it. Okay. And that's what A-level maths is literally GCSE things, but just on a different level.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for that. Yes, my own background is applied mathematics, so I got really excited about the application of mathematics in the real world, which was really fantastic. And of course, I do know that a lot of people don't realize that mathematicians don't do maths because it's easy. They do it because it's challenging and fun. Who would have thought solving equations can be fun? Right, so does the course meet your expectations at the moment? Let's start with Alave this time.
100%. If not, it's exceeded my expectations because it's so smooth, but it's teaching you so many new things as well. So it's going really well, and you're learning so many new things. The teachers explain it so well, and the new things you learn is it can blow your mind. Even if it's little things in differentiation and things like that, and when you're graphing things, when you're drawing things, that itself is just it's amazing how maths and real world situations can just work together to give you the best thing possible, such as in optimization and differentiation. It's just how maths and real world just come together. It's just, it blows my mind.
That's fantastic. Your passion is really clear there, so and very evident. So that's very pleasing to hear that it's not just me saying that we've got really quality staff. So that's great. What about you, Alice?
It's definitely met my expectations, exceeded them, as Alavi said. It's just so satisfying when you understand a really challenging problem and the teachers are just really, really helpful. If you don't understand something, you can just easily ask and like everyone will help you. It's such a great community at Cheney. Just like all the teachers, all the faculty and all the other students. Yeah, and I've really been enjoying like the extension from GCSE level maths and taking that further, which is it's just really interesting. So I really like it. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's fantastic. So it's always good to get away or to move up from the basics and get onto the really exciting stuff in mathematics. So let's have a look. Why would anybody want to study the subject? Alice, do you want to continue with that?
Sure. There's actually like a lot of benefits with maths. So as Sir said, there's like real world applications of it, which is really interesting. Also, if you're not necessarily wanting to go into science or maths like me, it can be really useful as like a facilitating subject. And it just shows like how competent you can be, because maths is challenging, but like you put in a lot of work and it shows your dedication to a subject. And it's fun. It's great. Yeah.
Great. I couldn't agree with you more there. Of course, I'm a little bit biased, but yeah, and my experience has been a lot of universities really look for students that have done mathematics just because of the challenge and because of the ability to do things in a logical way. Oliver, I hope I haven't taken your story away, but why study maths?
I would say study maths because of the sheer challenge that it will give you. Because for me, I would say like maths fills my thrill-seeking side of me, because the types of challenges that maths gives you, and when you solve them, it's so rewarding. Like when you find a question that's so hard, like really hard, and you manage to do it, especially in maths, it's so rewarding because you feel like I did that. Nobody told me how to do it. I did that. Teachers taught me it, and I did that.
Well,
So it's like that's why I would recommend taking maths, because it's such a rewarding subject.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I share your passion. It's so great being able to do something very difficult, and particularly teaching further mathematics as well. I feel the same thing. It's so great for me to be in an environment where students are much brighter, much faster, and much younger than I am. And yet it's just such a wonderful, liberating environment to see students taking what they can do. And that aha moment is what gives me such great pleasure as a teacher. And I'm sure your teachers as well just get so switched on when they see you get an aha moment and that satisfaction. That is really great. So last but not least, what are you planning to do next? Alave, what are you planning to do next?
For me, I'm hoping to hopefully go into university, preferably Oxford, and I'm hoping to study maths. As you could tell throughout this whole thing, I've kind of, that I love maths. And so I want to take maths and hopefully get a degree. I'm not quite sure which type of maths I would want to get a degree in yet. However, if that degree goes well, I may be thinking of going into further education. So possibly going up to getting a PhD in maths. So
fantastic. That's great, Elevate. And what about you, Alice?
I'm planning to take probably history, but maths is going to be a huge part of my life from now on. I know it's really useful to have done maths and taking that with me to university, and that being like on my sort of CV is just going to be really rewarding for me. So yeah.
Fantastic. Well, there you've heard it from two of our sixth form students. Why they love Cheney, why they love doing maths and or further mathematics at Cheney in the sixth form, and why they love being part of this wonderful community. So we'd love to see you here. Do come and join us.